driver today through the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. If you look above you, you'll notice some animal identification guides actually painted those last night just for you. Those will help you identify the 42 different species of animals we do have in the reserve. Unfortunately, we won't see all of them, but you do usually have pretty good luck. Also, if you are taking photos or video, make sure you hold onto those cameras tightly. Unfortunately, I won't be able to stop the truck for any reason, no matter what might fall out. So hold on to your kids too, folks. Alright, now are you excited to see some animals today? Yeah, alright, wonderful, me too. Now before we enter the reserve, we are required to check in with our airborne patrol. They patrol the 800 square miles of the reserve. Let's go on this relaxing 2-week safari. Airborne warning. Jumbo Wilson, we are now entering Little Etruria Forest. Over.
Keep your eyes open and drive carefully. You should see lots of animals.
Roger that, and you heard them, folks. On our left we can see bongos. Those brown and white striped animals are called ghosts of the forest because they are rarely ever seen. And if we look all the way over on the other side, we can see an okapi. Oh, this is super rare, folks. They're a very shy creature. They were discovered only in 1901 by the Western world. Now, though you might think that they're related to the zebra because of their stripes, their closest known relative is actually the giraffe. You can tell by their head shape. Now, on our left up the hill, those white birds are yellow-billed storks. They're actually very carnivorous. They eat fish, frogs, snakes, and other small birds. Now, this is an animal watering hole, a great gathering place for plenty of animals, including the very rare black rhino. They have a hide that is 1 inch thick. They can run up to 35 miles an hour and weigh 3,000 pounds, making them nearly indestructible except at the hands of humans. There's another one up the hill on our left. Sadly, there are only 4,200 left in all of Africa. They are poached for their horns. Now, if you look up the hill on our right, you can see a very large bird's nest for a very large bird. These black and white birds are called saddle-billed storks. They're the tallest stork in all of Africa. They stand 6 feet tall and have a wingspan that is 9 feet long. There'd be another saddle-billed stork around. They're actually a happily married saddle-billed stork couple. They mate for life. Now, the Harambe Wildlife Reserve was established in 1971 to protect the local wildlife here. Over the years, the animals have become less afraid of humans, which is great for us, but unfortunately makes them an easier target for poaching and illegal hunting. On our left, you can see that other saddle-billed stork. Again, they stand 6 feet tall. Now, because of the threat of poaching, we have our airborne patrol. They patrol the 800 square miles of the reserve, as I said. In fact, my good friend Wilson, he's up in the skies right now. He'll be checking in with us from time to time to let us know if there's any sort of suspicious activity going on. It's always helpful having an eye in the sky. Now we are entering the Safi River, which is home to the great hippo. Sometimes hard to see because they like to stay submerged underwater. They get overheated very quickly when on land. They can hold their breath for 5 to 8 minutes when underwater and actually sink to the bottom of the river and walk across. They don't swim. Plenty of hippos on the left downriver, folks. Now those white birds you see in the island, on the island and in the water, those are pink-backed pelicans. They actually eat in an interesting way. They herd fish into small, shallow pools, making it much easier for them to eat. Let's see if we can't get a good view of those hippos. They actually come on land at night when it's cooler. They eat up to 150 pounds of grass every single night. When you see them wiggling their ears, they are saying hello, but also just trying to get the excess water out. Those black birds are African turkey buzzards. When they're not down here sunning themselves, they're often up in the sky circling the reserve. Now, as we cross this rickety old bridge up ahead, stay seated, hold on to cameras and kids, because those are Nile crocodile on our left. Nile crocodile reach lengths of up to 20 feet long. They have a jaw-closing power of 1,200 pounds per square inch, meaning they can crush the bones of their prey in one snap. And also much more aggressive and much larger than the American alligator. This is Simba 1, over.
You promised to let you know that my ground patrol has seen a lot of elephant activity near the red clay pit. You
the Tip Wilson will do, but first we're gonna head to the savannah, which is home to completely different animals and a different ecosystem. Speaking of different, on our right, that's a baobab tree. That tree is over 1,000 years old. It stores water in its trunk for up to 9 months during drought season. Here in Harambe, we like to call them upside down trees. Now this is my favorite view of the entire reserve. The Serengeti grasslands spread for hundreds of miles across eastern Africa. It acts as a superhighway for the millions of animals that migrate across it every year. Now this is the wild Africa that we are all working to conserve. It's one of our research trucks on the right. Actually, you might be able to see something really cool. If we peek through the grasses on our left and into the foresty area, we might be able to see some Patterson sealant right here on our left. Yep, they're the largest antelope in all of Africa. They weigh at 750 pounds each. And they stand 6 feet tall at the shoulder.
Did you see it?
Extremely large. And the savanna landscape that you see here is created by the animals that live in it. Elephants eat the trees and push them over, which allows grasses to spread. Giraffes act as pruning shears. They eat the underbrush of the trees so more sunlight comes in. Then large antelope, along with small gazelle, they trim the edges and eat the grass. And in this natural balance system, there's enough food for everybody to eat. Now there are some Thompson's gazelle all the way in the back on our left. They have a black stripe on their side. And they're very small, though you might think that they're baby gazelle. They're fully grown, weighing only 40 to 60 pounds each. On our left, those are sable antelope. They get their name from their coloring, sable brown. They're also the emblem of the Harambe wildlife. You'll see them on all of our signs. The tall cones of earth that you see, those are termite mounds. They're made by termites using dirt and saliva. They're actually hard as concrete. Elephants like to use them as scratching posts. Once ground down, antelope like to climb on top to watch out for lions hiding in the tall grass. On our left, sitting down in the grass, is another Thompson's gazelle, or Tommies as we like to call them. One of my favorite animals here, they're perpetually cute. If you look in the sky, you can see some of those African turkey buzzards circling. This is actually pretty cool. Coming up ahead, if you peek into the bush on our left, you can see some white-bearded wildebeest. Over 1.5 million wildebeest migrate every year across Africa. They have one of the largest migration patterns in the world. Also, we call this the wildebush. They're often in there hiding out from the hot African sun. Now straight ahead, if you look towards those bushes, you can see a horn sticking out. That's an Ankole cattle horn. There's also an impala there. Now those tan gazelle in a single bound can jump over 30 feet, which is actually longer than this truck. It's very impressive. Now we might be able to get a better view of those Ankole cattle. Their horns are 6 feet long and 20 inches around at the base. Their horns are hollow. Veins traveling through them, they actually act as a cooling system for the animals. On our left, that's a baby reticulated giraffe. They get their name from the Latin word reticulato, which means netting, describing the pattern of their coats. Once fully grown, they stand up to 20 feet tall. And just like human fingerprints, each giraffe's coat is unique. Not one is the same. Now on our right, we can see those horns again. Those are Ankole cattle horns. Also a couple more impala. You're near Monkey Point. Over.
Keep your eyes open for me. Victor quickly
Roger that. We will keep our eyes peeled most of this. We hope there aren't any poachers in the reserve today. On our left, this is also pretty rare. Those are mandrills. They're actually very shy. Haven't seen them out in a couple of weeks. They're the largest monkey in all of Africa, the most colorful monkey in the world. An adult mandrill can weigh up to 100 pounds. And Rafiki in Swahili, that means friend. Now usually you can pick up local or Harambe radio. Nothing like top 40s Africa style. Now we're gonna go across this bridge and head to elephant country. The red clay pits. Elephant and elephant baby on our right.
Oh my god!
Looks like we're almost there. These are the red clay pits. Elephants actually like to eat the clay for its minerals, and if you look on both sides of the vehicle, you can see some elephant foot and tusk marks. Both male and female elephants are poached for their tusks. Now we have a whole herd on our left, and that is an elephant calf next to those rocks. Right now we have animal researchers in the field studying elephant vocal communication. Elephants actually speak to each other in low subsonic rumbles so low that humans can't even hear it. Anything more we can learn about these animals helps us better protect them. You can tell that these are African elephants by their ear shape. Their ears are much larger. They almost resemble the continent of Africa. An elephant calves spend up to 15 years with their mothers. They have the second longest childhood. Does anyone know who was the first? Humans. Humans do. And once fully grown, an adult male elephant can weigh up to 12,000 pounds. We get another view of that herd on our left next to those rocks. And they also have very sensitive skin, that's why you'll often see them putting mud and water on their backs. Now these are greater flamingo. They're the lightest shade of pink of all flamingos. They actually get their coloring from their diet. They eat tiny brine shrimp, and it's the beta carotene in the shrimp that turns their feathers pink. In fact, when they hatch, they're just a dull gray color. The more shrimp they eat, the pinker they get. And there's something kind of funny looking about that island. It kind of looks like Mickey. Now we're heading into white rhino country. White rhinos are actually successful. They were once poached nearly to extinction, but now they're back up at a sustainable level. They're all sitting down over there on the sand underneath that tree. They have very poor eyesight, which makes them an easy target for poachers. Yep, on our right, those are ostrich eggs, and the largest bird egg in the world, weighing at 3 pounds each. Now, an adult white rhino can weigh 5,000 pounds. The females actually weigh more than the males. And they're much gentler than their black rhino cousins, even though they weigh 2,000 pounds more.
I see you at the junction. I suggest you go west. It will be worth it.
Roger, that was we'll head west right now. I wonder what he sees up there. Now if we look on top of that hill in the shaded area, we can see some cheetahs. They're the fastest animal in the world, running from 60 to 70 miles an hour. However, only for a short period of time, then they get overheated. They're also the only large cat that hunts during the day. They're all laying down on the top of that hill on our left. And because of their coats, they blend in very well with their surroundings. And the giant rocks you see jutting out of the savanna straight ahead of us, those are called kopi. They're often used by large predators to watch over their prey. In fact, there's a male lion up there, laying down underneath the tree on top of that hill. You can tell that's a male lion because of all the hair surrounding his face. Now, an adult male lion can reach up to 8 feet in length and weigh 500 pounds, with females weighing 400 pounds. Female lions do majority of the hunting, and they do it mostly at night. They can see much better then. Oh, now he's up and he's awake. It's just very rare lions aren't active for 18 to 20 hours out of every single day.
Right there, look.
Very rare to see them awake.
This way, look. Right there, see? Back of his head.
And does anyone know the Swahili word for lion? It's Simba. On our left, we can sometimes see a warthog. They're the largest burrowing mammal in all of Africa. Yep, up the hill. That is a warthog. It can actually run up to 30 miles an hour. And Puma in Swahili does not mean warthog, it actually means trouble. On our right, we have more ostrich eggs. Along with some ostriches, there's one sitting down on our right. Although they have wings, they are flightless, but they can run up to 40 miles an hour. Also on our right are bontebaks, this dark brown gazelle. Sadly, they're only found in reserves like this one. They are nearly extinct everywhere else. Oh no, not poachers. Do you guys want to help us catch some poachers today? Yeah, alright Wilson, we are on our way. And the gates are smashed. There's definitely some illegal activity going on in the reserve today, folks.
The poachers are heading east. Keep going and the crime that's my patrol. Over.
Roger that, Wilson. Sounds like a plan. Go ahead and creep up on those poachers. Alright, folks, stay seated and hang on and watch out for those geysers. Here's the poachers camp. Where are they?
Oh, not to worry. You dropped them right into my patrol.
Alright, looks like Wilson got those poachers.
The poachers ran, but they won't get far. We located the mountain. Thanks to you, they are now so safe. Asante sana, everyone.
And asante sana to you, Wilson.
I have to go now. We have to get this baby elephant back to its father.
Roger that, Wilson, and I am so glad that we could help today. We did a great job, folks, catching those poachers. We drove them right into Wilson's patrol. Now, unfortunately, though, I am going to have to cut the 2-week safari short today. But if you would like to continue the adventure, I highly recommend the Pingani Forest Trail. It's just a few steps away. They have meerkats, naked mole rats, mountain gorillas, even an underwater viewing tank of those hippos. Also, may be able to see some